What's going on, guys? I just want to quickly get on and give you guys a little bit of a preview of my nightly routine, taking care of the chickens and the rabbits. I usually come out after the kids have gone to bed, and sometimes I'll chill here in my hammock in my favorite place, which is here underneath all the trees. I kind of really love it here. All of our trees. The chicken coop's out there. But I wanted to show you kind of what I do on a nightly basis to make sure the chickens are all put away safely and ready for the next day. Not a whole lot to it, but I find that if I do it every day and every night, then it just makes taking care of the chickens a lot easier. So our chickens kind of put themselves to bed every night. We've got a timer on the lights inside the chicken coop, and they turn off at about 8 o'clock, and pretty much immediately after the lights shut off, they all go inside the coop and they start roosting. So as you may or may not be able to see, all the chickens are asleep. I still got this main door open with the screen door closed. You can't really see it with how dark it is, but there's a screen there. So every night we go and close up our door. The whole coop and the chicken run is really secure, and I don't think very many animals could get in, but I just like to keep them locked up in here at night just in case. It gives it one more layer of protection from any big dogs or raccoons or anything like that getting in. Also like to just check and see how they're doing sometimes. They're all up on the roost. There's 8 of them in here. Got 9, but one of them is in the other cage. It got hurt pretty badly, and so we're trying to get her feeling better. Looks like one of them laid an egg late in the day. Usually they're done laying by about noon, maybe 1 o'clock, but looks like somebody laid one late. So again, we're still having problems with getting them to lay in the boxes like they're supposed to. So because of that, my dad built this nice extension with duct tape for a hoe so he can bring it on back. I'd rather not do this because we're dragging the egg through the poop. Sorry ladies, I woke y'all up. I'll leave you alone. After they're all locked in and closed up, I like to come into the chicken run and just make sure that we've got food for all of our animals. Looks like our feed is doing pretty good and they're able to get it to come out themselves. Check our water. Looks like it's pretty full, so we still got lots of clean water, but our chickens like to throw dirt in there, so a lot of times here at night I'll just come through and wash everything down, and then I can also get the swing out of my way. Just spray the bottom out, get all the mud out of it, dirt. This is probably close to 3 weeks to a month worth of water for them, but about once a week, maybe a week and a half, I come and dump it all out and refill it, just because they get it so gross in there and I want to get it all scrubbed out and clean. But it's nice to have at least a week's worth of water in there, so I'm not having to constantly be filling it up. We have one hen that the other chickens all pecked at and caused a big sore on her tail, and so we've put her in here. She's been in here for about 3 days now during the day, and she's starting to heal up pretty nice. What we usually do here at night is I will get her out. See if I can do it while holding the camera. Might be kind of hard. Oh, come here, lady. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, come back here. A little bit hard holding the camera, but we'll get this done. Come here. Oh, okay. So every night I do, just check and see how it's doing. It looks like her feathers are starting to come back in finally. She has a pretty good wound right here. I'm a little bit worried that she's not going to be able to completely heal from it, but she's looking much better than she did the other day. But every night we go ahead and spread antibiotics on it. Can't really do it while I'm doing it on camera, so I'm going to quickly get off and put the antibiotics on. So I spread this antibiotic on her. You can't really tell, but it's like a dark purple. It's really strong smelling. It's not necessarily a bad smell, but apparently the chickens don't like the smell or taste of it, and so the other chickens will stop pecking at it, and she actually pecks at it herself a lot because I think it's just irritating, and so it keeps her from pecking at it so much. But we're hoping that it's going to heal back. It's looking much better than it did, but we're still not out of the woods yet, I don't think. But she's still laying eggs every day, or about every other day, which I think is about how much she was. But every night we go ahead and let her just stay here in the chicken run by herself without the other hens, so she can get out and get some exercise, since she's been cooped up in here all day long. And I think we're going to keep her in there for another day, and then go ahead and let her back in with the other hens and keep that antibiotic ointment on her to keep them from pecking at her, and see if we can get her feeling a lot better. We got our cute little bunnies up here. This is on the second floor of our bunny cage, which is kind of funny because we haven't built a ramp yet, and these little guys can jump. Our plan was to build just a small ramp so they could get up there to that second area, and they just hop right up to it. It doesn't even faze them one little bit. But it looks like their water's good to go. Looks like their food's getting a little bit low, so I think we'll top that off. Just like that, we're all done for the night. Pretty simple. I can usually, if I'm not carrying a camera, or 2 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, trying to do it with a camera, a little bit slower. I usually only fill their feed. I check their feed every night, but I usually only fill it maybe once every 2 or 3 days, but I always check it every day just so that we don't ever have a chance of it completely running out. But that's pretty much it. I feel kind of bad for this lonely ranger in here every night by herself, but I'm hoping that it means that she'll be feeling better. She usually will come up here and sleeps right here at the top of the ramp. She wants to go in. One more day and you can go back in. That's pretty much it. My nightly routine with the chickens and the rabbits. They're pretty fun. Really not a whole lot of work. The hardest part that we've had dealing with them is, I don't think we really realized how much bullying they can do to each other, and the type of damage that they'll do to each other. It's kind of a little bit gross. They become a little bit cannibalistic once they start seeing blood. So I have found that if any of them start bleeding, you gotta get them out of there right away, because even the nice ones that don't ever peck or do anything towards the other ones, they start ripping away at the flesh and pulling feathers out, and it just gets pretty nasty. So anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and chill here for a couple more minutes in my hammock, look at the stars through the trees, and enjoy a little bit of peace and quiet before I hit the hay.